We have a plan. It's a bit insane.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
No idea, but I think we should find out.
Season 5, Volume 1 wastes no time ripping open the truth we've been trying to decode since 2016. From the very first sequence, the Duffers make it clear. This is no longer a story about monsters invading a small town. This is a story about one boy, Will Byers, and the secret connection he's carried since the night he vanished into the Upside Down. For years, we treated Will's trauma as an aftermath of being taken. But Volume 1 flips that idea on its head. What if Will wasn't just a victim? What if he was chosen? What if the Upside Down didn't grab him at random, but recognized something inside him? The opening minutes show Will experiencing those same cold shivers he once described as now memories. Only this time, they're sharper, stronger, unavoidable. The hive mind isn't whispering, it's calling to him. And he's finally hearing the message it always wanted him to understand. Will's visions take him deep into the hive consciousness, past the shadows, past the lightning, to something we've never seen before. A place inside the Upside Down that feels eerily personal to him. A place with warped childhood drawings, twisted versions of old toys, and echoes of Henry Creel's memories blend in with his own, as if Will and Vecna are two mirrors reflecting the same darkness back at each other. This is when it hits you. The connection wasn't formed when Will was taken. It existed before that. The Duffers start planting a chilling idea. Will isn't just connected to the Upside Down. He was always meant to be part of it. Meanwhile, 11 is fighting a different kind of battle. Not against monsters, but against herself. Her powers feel unstable, flickering, spiking, then collapsing under the weight of something she can't explain. She senses Vecna growing stronger, yet when she reaches out, she keeps hitting a wall, as if something is blocking her, as if someone else is intercepting the signal. The emotional heart of the story emerges through Will and Eleven's shared confusion. Both of them feel the same pressure building inside their minds, like the Upside Down is tightening its grip. But only Will understands the truth behind it, because he no longer sees the Upside Down from the outside. He sees it as if he belongs to it. Every character feels the shift. Mike watches Will drift further into fear but doesn't know how to help him. Jonathan tries to protect his brother but realizes this enemy doesn't fight with claws. It fights with memories. Hopper senses the danger long before he sees it, warning that the Upside Down is changing shape. Even Joyce knows something is wrong, because Will has the same haunted eyes he had in Season 2, only worse. And then the moment comes. The hive mind fully awakens. The world around Will shatters. His body freezes. His eyes lock onto something only he can see. An image that terrifies him so deeply he can't speak. Because for the first time, he doesn't just feel the Upside Down. He controls it. The air grows cold. Lights flicker. Objects vibrate. The same exact energy that once killed Chrissy and Fred suddenly pulses through Will's veins. His nose bleeds. His hands shake. And everyone in the room realizes one horrifying truth. Will has Vecna's powers. Not similar powers. Not a connection. The same abilities. The Duffers drag us into the greatest twist of the season. Will isn't the opposite of Vecna. He isn't the victim of Vecna. He is the reflection of Vecna. The Upside Down didn't corrupt Will. It awakened something that was always there. a power Henry Creel recognized the moment Will stepped into his world, a potential that Vecna believed he could shape and weaponize. And this is why Vecna focused on children, why he didn't kill Will, why he targeted Hawkins in the first place. He wasn't looking for a town to destroy, he was looking for a successor. Volume 1 ends its first major arc with Will standing between two worlds, literally and emotionally, realizing he is the bridge, the key, and the danger all at once. The boy who was taken has become the boy who can take everything back, or lose himself completely. From the start of Volume 1, 11 is emotionally cornered. She feels the danger coming long before it arrives, but she can't see where it's moving. She senses the hive mind shifting, expanding, changing the map of the upside down. Yet any time she reaches out, everything turns to static. She hides it from the group at first. Mike tries to reassure her, but she keeps lying with a small, "I'm fine," even though her nose is bleeding after doing nothing at all. Hopper, her protector, immediately sees through it. But even he can't shake the feeling that something is slipping through their fingers. And then comes the moment that breaks 11's confidence completely. She tries to enter Max's mind. Simple, familiar, something she's done a dozen times. But instead of seeing Max's memories, she sees a twisted, distorted version of her own past. The lab, Brenner's voice, the blood, and behind it all, Will's silhouette. She immediately pulls back, terrified, because this wasn't an accident. The psychic space she entered wasn't Max's mind or her own. It was the hive mind. And somehow, Will was standing at the center of it. This is where the emotional punch hits hardest. 11 finally understands what Will has been hiding. Not because he chose to hide it, but because he didn't know how to explain it. She confronts him, voice cracking, terrified of what she already knows but refuses to say. Will doesn't respond. His fear says everything. Then the Duffers deliver one of the most chilling parallels of the season. Will isn't just connected to Vecna. He mirrors exactly what Henry Creel once was. A child discovered too late, a mind too powerful to control, a soul slowly shaped by the upside down. 11 realizes Vecna didn't choose her because she was the strongest. He chose her because she was the biggest threat. He chose Will because he was the perfect successor, and that terrifies her more than facing Vecna himself. Just as 11 begins to understand Will's role, the military launches the operation we've been waiting for since Season 4. Colonel Sullivan returns, but this time he's not hunting 11. He's hunting Will. The base detects a psychic flare, one that matches the exact frequency Henry Creel emitted the night he slaughtered his family, a frequency that should be impossible to reproduce unless another child has the same mutation. Sullivan finally realizes the truth. 11 isn't the weapon, Will is, and the military will do anything to get their hands on him. Hopper tries to stop them. Joyce stands in the way. Jonathan nearly throws himself into a moving convoy, but the military isn't looking for a fight. They're following orders. Any child connected to the Upside Down is a threat. And Will Byers is now the biggest one in the world. As chaos erupts around them, 11 faces a brutal truth. She can't protect Will from the outside world. She can't protect him from the hive mind. She can't even protect him from himself. But she can protect the world from what Will might become. And that's where the real emotional tragedy begins. Because for the first time in the entire series, 11 steps back from Will. Not as a friend, not as family, but as someone who fears what he is becoming. She loves him. She understands him. But she also sees Henry Creel's shadow standing behind him. 11 realizes she might have to fight the only person who truly understands the Upside Down as deeply as she does. Will appears more and more overwhelmed. Visions flash, the hive mind pulses, the Upside Down bleeds into reality around him. And 11 watches helplessly as Will's innocence fades, replaced by something powerful, ancient, and terrifying. Because Will isn't just channeling the Upside Down, he's beginning to shape it. And 11 is the only one strong enough to stop him, or save him, if she still can. By the midpoint of Season 5, Volume 1, the true scale of Vecna's plan comes into horrifying clarity. The Duffers have been building this tension slowly, but now everything converges into one chilling truth. Hawkins wasn't the end game. The children were, all along.